is that when we say midah shebeseichel, this means the direction of seichel. That the seichel, a judge, he's listening to two sides, and then the judge decides we need to. He already has an idea. He already has a certain direction. He already knows what he's doing. Is it going to be chesed or is it going to be gvura? Is this one going to receive chesed, which means goodness, and he's going to be exempt and he's going to be freed and released, or gvura? So that direction that he already has in seichel, that his seichel is already leading him to a certain direction, that's called midah shebeseichel, because he didn't come down yet in emotions of the heart. So there's already, in the seichel is already direction, like Bina is already directing. The final decision for seichel is das. And that's why das splits into two, chesed and gvura. Shakavone bazel levayer beis inyanim shebepamalya. Says the intention of the Frierdiker Rebbe that he speaks that there's two levels of midas. There's the attributes, the midas, motions of the heart, and then there's the midas shebeseichel. Pamalya shel mailo, pamalya shel mato. There's a pamalya shel mailo, which is the group lemaila, which is midas shebeseichel. The pamalya shel mato, the pamalya shel mailo inyan midas shebeseichel is the midas in the seichel. Pamalya shel mato inyan midas shebelev. Pamalya shel mato are the emotions in the heart. The niyamidas em sheirish shemokan hanivroim. Why is it that the midas in the seichel, the emotions in the intellect, is called maila, pamalya shel maila, and the midas, the emotions in the heart, is called mato? So the answer is because the midas, as they are in the heart, heim sheirish shemokan hanivroim, shiva shemei abinyan. The midas are the sheiresh and source for Nivroyim, because every one of the 6 days of creation reflects a different midah, a different attribute of the 10 attributes. But it's referring only to the attributes that begin from chesed, which are emotions, not the intellect. And as we say also in Rebbe doesn't bring it here, but it's mentioned about Mitzvah Maimer, Zecherach hamecha v'chasadecha ki me'elam heima. So we say, what does it mean? Then when it comes to Rachamecha and Chasadecha, which is in yonim of pity and generosity, this is Me'elam. This has a connection to world. Because this is already how he's relating to world. The difference between a person that has emotions and has intellect is, every person has both. But when a person has only intellect, sitting with being in an environment of other people, it sometimes disturbs his meditation. It disturbs his hisbeinus, seclusion, that he needs to be alone and concentrating with his mind, because everything around him could disturb. When it comes to emotions, in order to express emotions, he has to express it to somebody outside of him. So therefore it says by Avraham Avinu, that B'shas Avraham Avinu was sitting by the Pesach Ha'el, after the bris, he was sitting and he was troubled that nobody is coming. Because Chassidus explains what is the reason for that, because he had the midas hachesed and he needed to exercise it. And he had nobody to exercise it with. So B'meila, midas relates to world. Since it relates to world, it's called mata. Pamalya shel mata. Mechen hem l'mayla meilamis. And the mechen are higher than world. Ki maimer alpayim shona kod mateira leila. Alpayim shona, 2,000 years, kod mateira leila. Shalachein b'chlolos ha-midas em b'chinas mata. V'amechen em b'chinas mayla. Therefore, in general, midas, because it relates to world, as in a person, he relates to the world outside of him, it's called mata, the lower level. Descending, relating to somebody else. Ve'hamechin heim b'chinas mayla. Mechin, intellect, is something of mayla. It's from a higher level because he's removed from the world around him. He prefers that when he needs to concentrate on something to be removed, because everything around him will disturb. And therefore we say on the inyan of Teira, alpayim shona kod mateira leila, that the world is higher than Teira, earlier than Teira, prior to Teira, 2,000 years. And as Chassidus explains, it doesn't only mean in time, it also means in quality.
So Torah preceded the world.
Preceded the world, which means not only in time, but also in quality. That it's called Shalei Berach, it's completely removed. The Rebbe connected it once with the inyan of Likutei Torah. Likutei Torah Maimorim were selected from 2,000 Maimorim. So Machzedek had 2,000 of the Alter Rebbe's Maimorim in front of him when he was working on the Likutei Torah. And he selected 190, which is Kemat HaMaiser, a tenth of what it was. So the Rebbe once explained in Fabringen, Tovshen Chofei, 1965, when they printed the Likutei Torah then, and the Rebbe then, the people, there were 10 Gvirim, each one gave $10,000. Was it $10,000? Each one gave a certain amount, and the Rebbe autographed his name in the Sefer, in the copies that they handed each one personally, and he wrote a bracha for them. B'ksav Yodi Akdesha, each one separately. There was a Rabbi Deitch, I believe much. I think there are a few people that gave, Pasha contributed to Likutei Torah. So the Rebbe then spoke that the union of Likutei Torah comes from 2,000 Maimarim. This is Al Derech de L'Alpaim Shana Kod Matei Leila. On the level which is higher, and the Tzemach selected what he puts into Likutei Torah.
Was the rest of them ever printed?
The rest are printed in the 27 volumes of the Alter Rebbe's Maimarim. Tovko Samach Beis, Samach Gimel, Samach Dalet. All of them. Some of them have 2 volumes a year.
Why were those ones chosen specifically?
Why? We don't know. Tzemach chose them. But it's basically, Tzemach saw that this is what he wanted on the Parshias. Each one like very basic Maimarim.
So 2,000 Mamaar just for Likutei Torah as opposed to for her?
No, both. Torah and Likutei Torah. He worked on both. But it's in Torah 8, in Likutei Torah it's 190. That I once counted. Huh? Torah? That the andere? No.
So the 2,000
The others, people learn on their own, the volumes, but there's no Seder, Mamash Seder I see them there.
The Maimarim of Likutei Torah seemed very different from the Maimarim of Torah.
Right, because the Maimarim of Likutei Torah were redone by the Amit Tzemach Tzedek. Took out pieces, put in pieces. It's Mamash. It was like he even rewrote the Maimon. Some Maimarim, full chapters. When you take the Likutei Torah, the back of the Likutei Torah, and you will see copies of Ksav Yad Kedesh, and the Tzemach Tzedek Pashat crosses out a whole chapter, puts in a whole new. It's like a Mamash B'tech Shalei. It's like a. And he worked on the Likutei Torah 32,000 hours, preparing Torah Likutei Torah. Tzemach Tzedek said this is one of 3 schus and merits that he was successful in Petersburg because of the work that he put in 32 years. You have it there. Rebbe brings it in Ches Elul, or in brings the Rebbe that in the schus, I think it's in 30 years, I think 32,000 hours. In Ches Elul, the Rebbe brings it in Ayem. And then there were other schus. I mean, one schus was also the Friedrich, the Tzemach Tzedek said the schus of his Rebbetzin saying Tilim. His Rebbetzin saying Tilim was Mevatel Zeres. So what is it? Ches Elul. Ches Elul, it says Shleishim Ushtayim Elef Hashois. 32,000 hours during the course of the years from Tovkov Samach Dalet, which is 1806, 30 years later, 1836. 30 years, he invested 32,000 hours. Well, let's not forget, he was a Rebbe then already, the last 6 years of the 30 years. He was writing Maimonim, he was saying Maimonim, he was writing Tshuvas, and learning, and the whole Aveda Tefillah, everything, and he had the 32,000 hours also. Then there was a Ma'aser with the Cholam that we're going to have in Tu B'Shvat, that there was a dream that Tzemach Tzedek came to the Alter Rebbe came to 3 sons of the Tzemach Tzedek and said they should print the Likutei Torah, they should write in his Agoyas on the Likutei Torah. Actually, he first came to the Tzemach Tzedek. Tzemach Tzedek disregarded it. He then came to 3 of his sons. So then Tzemach Tzedek already took it serious.
Who took the Tzemach Tzedek?
Tzemach Tzedek disregarded. He heard it finished, but he didn't want to do it. The Alter Rebbe told him to come. It came to him, but he felt that he wasn't up to it. 3 sons already, so he knew it's a Cholam Bodik Menus that happened 3 times. So basically, this is the Alpayim Shana. So this is the union of Alpayim Shana means prior in time. When we say prior in time, it also means prior in Maila, in quality. As we see by the Megillah Esther, we see that it was Bishaz Vayitin Melech LaHaman. He gave him the 10. When Haman gave the 10 alfi shkolim the money that he gave to fund the treasures of the king. So it says that the Medrash says that Kvar Kodmu Shikleihem